This game is rated M for mature. Hey there everybody, redxparasite here, and welcome back to Let's Play Bayonetta 2. In the last episode, we took on the first major boss, Glamour, rescued Loki from its jaws, and now that we've done that, we're going to keep trying to head for the Cathedral of Cascades. And we'll be doing that in Chapter 4.
Dreadful! What?
Lucas seems to have the worst luck.
What the fuck was that? Wait, who the fuck are you?
Hey, you're the pervert staring at Bayonetta's tits all the time. You really need to learn how to talk to a lady.
Hey,
You're one
I
to
am
talk.
Wait, how did...
No time for this, mate. Where's the mountain? Where's Fimbleventer? I'm in a hurry.
Hey, kid! What the hell was that? Kids these days.
So much for a cat always landing on his feet, Cheshire.
Okay, right off the bat, if you jump down the hole where Luca fell in, there is a note. This one is sovereign. People of the ancient world would depend on the word of God for guidance in times of doubt. Good to know I'm not the only one who likes having someone to back me up and give me a shove in the right direction when I need it. Perhaps this is a perennial bad habit that, despite our progress, mankind just can't seem to shake. The folly known as fortune-telling is just one of the ways we, as a species, have come up with to imitate the true sovereign power of God. Speaking of which, it just so happens I found an intriguing card with a mysterious aura about it. It must have belonged to that little boy I just bumped into, though I can't imagine why he'd be carrying something with these bizarre tarot-like markings. When I look at it, I feel like the card is trying to tell me where to go. Well, I won't get far with a single card. How else would they sell you the whole set? And oh boy, we have a lot of stuff in our file to look over. This one is taboo, so we picked that up at the end of the last chapter. Every civilization in history weaves narratives starring heroes who, cursing the fates who take loved ones from them, travel to the ends of the earth and beyond to bring them back. Resurrection is a universal theme of our kind. I am not even sure if I believe in the existence of the soul to begin with, but the desire to be with the one you love, now you're speaking my language. When these feelings are strong enough, they can drive us to challenge our seemingly immutable fate. Yet, many a myth ends with the gods themselves failing in their quest. No matter how iron your will or how pious your prayer, life once lost can never be returned. Such a power was never meant to be wielded by man. That said, if there are any hopeless romantics left in the world who still want to give it a shot, I know the way to hell, and I'd be happy to give you an escort. Just send me an email. Of course, you know, they didn't provide an actual email there. It'd be kind of funny if they did. We have a couple new summons here in this book. So this was the one that we used against Glamour. And this one we used in the chapter before that is Ball. And of course, we've encountered some new angels, or just Glamour in this case. Shockingly enough, there's a Muspelheim portal in this chapter, but only one though. So we also got that in the chapter previous. Okay, now down to business, so we can defeat the Huns. I like that they actually kind of changed the time of day here, so that it's nighttime now. It has a different ambiance to it. Off to the left here is a chest. Has a broken witch heart. Pretty easy to get, so definitely recommend picking that up. And once you run across this bridge, we will encounter a new enemy. This is Fidelity. So yeah, just be careful with the beginning of this fight, as with most of the introduction fights. Whenever you're starting off the fight against them, they will usually lead with an attack. So it's generally a good idea to just start dodging at the beginning and not attacking them outright. So, got a pure platinum for that. For completing this first, you will get the first half of an Angelic Hymn Gold LP. This is Der Hohle Rache, which is pretty fun to say. Now, the way we're supposed to go is to the left here, but if you want to do an optional verse, jump over here to this kind of, part of the building. So this is another Fidelity, as well as 2 acceptances. Should actually use Rakshasa. I don't really use it as much as I should. And that should be it for that one. Just be careful. One thing that you can actually do with torture attacks and the Umbra Climax there is, if you defeat enemies too quickly using those 2 methods, you can actually not get the combo score that you need in order to get the platinum for that, which has happened to me before. Well, that went well. It's actually a good thing that that happened, though, because there's a chest down here that we would not have been able to get otherwise. Okay, so just jump across here. This stuff's all scripted, so don't worry about having to do anything here. This game is a little bit nicer in that it doesn't force you to do, quick time events. Ah. Dang it. So this enemy here is actually kind of a pain. It has this giant shield in front. Oh, I don't think I've ever done that before. Now, this is actually really effective. I should do this more often. But yeah, with those guys, the best way to fight them is either to activate Witch Time, if there are other enemies around, or because otherwise you're gonna have to wait for them to attack you, which can make your combo drop, which is pretty frustrating to deal with. I took a little bit of damage there and could have done a little better on time. So you might be tempted to run up the front here, but off to the right here is a Muspelheim portal, so let's go and do that. Okay, this is another single combo challenge. I think it has one of these enemies in it, so yay! So in this case, I'm going to take out the acceptances. Ow. Yeah, when they're all clustered together like that, it can be kind of hard to see when one is attacking you. Oh, actually, I don't think the guy will spawn in until that happens. So yeah, if you can use a torture attack against this guy, I'd probably recommend it. You're not going to get as much of a combo points on him, but I'd rather that than have my combo drop and fail the mission, so... That's probably one of the easier ways to tackle that one. Yeah, see, I didn't get a platinum on the combo for that. We did, however, complete another full witch heart, which I definitely appreciate. Okay. Our business here is not quite done yet, however. Right around here on the outside, there is another resting place. This one actually has a pretty nice pan to it. I don't know why they give you a full minute for this one. If you're doing it fast. Yep. I just barely missed out on it. But yeah, you can easily do that in less than 10 seconds. Not really sure why they gave you that much time for it, but we will take what's inside here, which is a broken moon pearl. And now we are safe to move on and actually go through these doors. Just be warned that doing the prompt for kicking that open will cause this section here to happen, so you will not be able to go back after that point. Got ourselves another Urbrain to deal with here.
Is that all you've got? Almost.
That was a pretty good fight. Okay. Nothing else to do here. However, right on the other side of this door, immediately to the left, is a chest. Once we walk forward, I believe it will activate a cutscene.
No time! I have to get to Fimbulventer! Why do I have to go there? What is on the mountain? My head feels like it's gonna burst. I have to get to that mountain. Shit! What was that? Nice mask, mate. Headed to that witch's party. Not the best costume I've ever seen, but she doesn't seem like the picky type. Just don't get in my way.
Where is she?
So you are going to her party. Quite the popular one, isn't she? Sorry, mate, but I haven't the fucking slightest. Haven't seen her in ages. Besides, even if I knew, she and I have a special relationship.
Then this will be all the easier.
Shit.
you might have wanted to choose your words a little bit more carefully. Before moving on here, if you walk into that little alcove over there with the kind of greenish light, these two fidelities will spawn in. So if you want to do this first, make sure that you go there. I thought that there was like something tied to actually collecting something from that area, but I think you just have to walk into it. I did get hit, so yeah, I kind of expected that. Music here is pretty nice though. Has some good tension to it. Entering the ruined tower area here. The other half of the Angelic Hymns Gold LP is off to the right. Make sure to pick that up. And once we go up the tower here, we're going to have some enemies to deal with. Oh, that was weird. My combo just kind of ended. Hopefully I got enough points for that. I was a little worried since I did use the climax. There is another optional verse down here at the end of this corridor. If you destroy this bench with the couple sitting on it, that will prompt the beginning of it.
Dreadful. Is that all you've got?
So one strategy I guess you can use with these guys, if you want to taunt them,
So close.
that will make them attack more frequently. Oh wow, you can get a lot off of that counter. Note to self, keep hitting on that counter because it's very good. Alright, so hopefully that went pretty well. I think I might have gotten hit. Guess we'll find out. I did not, but my combo score was not the greatest. Okay, well, I'm going to head into the gates of hell here once the game actually stops doing the hold fire and lets me actually do it. Mostly to turn in that
Another
LP that we just got.
No rest for the wicked, even if I am jollier than the average demon. But no need to pity me. I was bored anyways. Be right back. This one's gonna be fun.
So this one is from
Been looking
Mozart's
for a workout
The
like this
Magic
for a while.
Flute.
Ta-ta.
See how cultured I am.
Done and done. I like it when they come quiet like. Means they still have some fight left in them for the road ahead. He's all yours now, Bayonetta.
So you get Undine for this, which is one of my personal favorites, so I will definitely be making use of that. And while we're here, let's pick up this, because we can. Okay. Before heading through those doors, I am going to equip our new weapon. So these are two, did it say flamethrowers? It does say two flamethrowers. Huh. One of them is Ice Elemental. So this is pretty similar to Durga from the previous game. I like wearing it on my feet because it has pretty decent Wicked Weaves. When you use it on your hands, though, I feel like it's kind of slow, so that's why I generally don't use it on my hands. Without further ado, let's open the door.
kind of adult picks on little children?
I'm not a child.
A mask? Let me guess. This is one of your assistants, little one?
Nothing comes to mind, love. Sorry. Maybe you've got something you'd like to tell me, love. I'm not a fan of getting wrapped up in domestic disputes.
Trust me, little one. He's not my type. Oh my, you're a Lumen sage.
And so begins our first... Yep. That went well. This is our first encounter with the masked Lumen, which has a pretty killer track, which I believe is just called the Lumen Sage. So, be ready to be light on your toes. Unlike the previous bosses that we faced so far, or like the mini bosses, this guy is pretty fast. As evidenced by, me getting hit multiple times already. Ow. Not doing so well when I'm just standing there, getting hit. Once you get to his health down to a certain point, things are going to shift around a bit. He summons Fortitudo. We're going to fight back with our own summon here. Yep, and my combo dropped. Yeah, this is not going to be the best score for me. Ideally, you should keep a combo going throughout the whole thing. You will have to be kind of aggressive in order to keep that going. Ow. This is actually kind of bad. I mean, he doesn't do a ton of damage, so getting hit isn't the biggest deal, but at the same time, you really shouldn't be getting hit this much. If you want to be, doing well at this. Of course, use Unburnt Climax when you get the opportunity. Of course, the music does change between the different phases of this fight. This is the last kind of major phase of the fight here, and it's our introduction to flying fights, I guess you could call them. So we're kind of just flying in the air here, and my combo dropped again. I'm not the biggest fan of these style of fights, just because, I don't know, I just feel like they lack the depth that most of the other fights in the games have. Plus, it's a bit harder. Obviously you still have your dodge button, but you can't really move around much. Other than that, it's just kind of, you're on a linear plane with the boss. The other thing that they like to do a lot during these kinds of segments is the bosses have attacks that knock you away, which obviously can contribute to combo drops, which makes getting a good score on them kind of annoying. And my combo dropped again. And I got hit again. We have kind of a segment at the end here where we're actually playing as Madame Butterfly, you know, punching Temperanti in the face. And you can dodge things, which I'm just not doing a good job of showing off. Well, that was a pretty epic boss fight for Chapter 4, and yeah, that was bad. I got a stone for combo score on that. The game was generous and still gave me a platinum for the overall chapter, but that last fight was not good. This episode did run on a little bit longer, but at the same time, it's also the end of the chapter, so rather than kind of tacking this on to another part, I figured I'd just finish out this chapter, you know, in this one part. So, in the next one, we'll be doing Chapter 5, which is finally the Cathedral of Cascades. So thank you very much for watching this episode of Let's Play Bayonetta 2. I've been redxparasite, signing out.